where events and video partner very well is when you exercise the opportunity to create an event and really have those handshake moments. Video makes those handshake moments last. Yep. So specific question would be, how as an event producer would I ask my video team to help me create content that will show my personality throughout the year, that will allow my one event to feel like 20 because we're launching videos, because we're engaging in a different way?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's a really good question. Now, for those of you who are not involved in video production, one of the biggest processes, and this is one of the processes I love the most, is pre-production. So that's before cameras roll, that's when you're doing logistics, that's when you're doing, believe it or not, I love being with the camera, but I do love the logistics, the scheduling, and the coordination. Mm-hmm. So it's really important to take time to either have a call or an in-person meeting with your video production crew. Sit down and strategize. I mean, you can call anybody and say, hey, this is what I need. They're going to come in and do it.
Run of show. Let them know what's happening minute by minute, because they're not intuitive. They're not in your brain. As an event person, the biggest asset for me is my video and photography team that knows me already, because they don't have to ask me too many questions. Mm-hmm. But if you have a new team, or if you're seeking a new team, having that prep call, letting them know as much as you would let your featured speaker or your most valuable guest know what's happening the day of.
Right. And so sit down with them. Video producers, cinematographers are so creative. So bring them together, bring your social media people together and say, how can we capture content in this 2-hour event, in this, 20-hour hackathon? And I've shot those before, by the way. They're great. But, how can we capture content?
Was that around the time you were rolling around with pigs?
That was just a few months after I graduated up to just standing on my feet for 48 hours straight.
Throwback to those of you who saw
our intro video. Make sure you watch it up top. I bet it's above this video. So, yes. So back to the main point is that sit down with your video production crew and strategize. Think, okay, so sure, I can say, Michael, how was the event?
Oh, it was amazing. Thank you.
Tell me about it. What'd you learn? What were your takeaways? Think about how you can target the different people. So if you're at an event and you have investors, if you're at an event and you have, what are other segments of people? Developers. Pull them aside and come up with different sorts of questions that then you can turn into little series of videos. I would say for one event, I could think of, if you had one 4-hour event, you could probably create a minimum of 4 mini campaigns throughout. And then the other point, to your point, is think about branding. So your graphics are critical to your video. So if your video production company has a post-production crew or has...
Excuse us, we have a feather on.
I just made a wish that your next video is great because of redefined work. But think about your graphics and how you can package these videos together, because it's a brand that sticks in the person's mind. So those are my 2 takeaways.
And it's the story behind the brand. It's not just, this is my logo, this is who I am. It's, why am I this, and why do I, as your audience, or vice versa, Mara's creating the brand and this is her story, why do I, as Michael, identify with that, and why does it matter to me? If you tell someone why something matters to them, or you allow them to buy into it, then it becomes a piece of them